The Sky is Falling is another episode of Rugrats that I remember so well. And in fact, I think this actually inspired a short story that I wrote when I was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. Because I remember writing a story about making a fort and gathering things that people would need for the end of the world, which is what this episode is all about. So I think it was very impactful for me as a child. This is the second segment of the 23rd episode of the third season of Rugrats, and the babies think the sky is falling, and Angelica decides to tell them a lie about this time the sky did fall, and she scares them with all of these outrageous details. But then some of the adults are playing tennis, and we, the viewer, see one of the tennis balls flying over the yard and into the path of the babies and Angelica, and suddenly Angelica realizes the sky must be falling. So the babies come up with the idea of making a fort under the picnic table, and that's where my memories really started to kick in. And Angelica gets all of these things together that she thinks they'll need. Some really ridiculous things, such as a VHS box set. Although, to be fair, there are some box sets I'd want to save if the end of the world was coming. And not every baby can fit in there. And they're worried that one of them will get left out. So that's a problem they have to overcome. And then the end of the world happens, so they think, and they think they're the last ones around. And Angelica really takes advantage of this, and I will say no more. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. The memories for me with this one are gorgeous, absolutely beautiful nostalgia. And as I said, yeah, it definitely inspired me to create my own story. I remember it so vividly, writing the scenes where the characters built the fort, and I think they built it out of old tires, if I remember rightly, which was definitely inspired by the Ashley's clubhouse in Recess. And writing down all the things that my characters would want to take into this fort for the end of the world. So it definitely had a really good effect on me as a child and encouraged creativity. Watching it now as an adult, it's really good fun. I loved what happened to Angelica at the end. No spoilers, but I just found it to be absolutely delightful. It's got a great pacing. It's scary for the babies, but not something that children watching it would be scared by, because the end of the world isn't, well, the sky's not falling in. And I think it's also a great thought on what it would be like if there were no adults left in the world and only children. There are, of course, other bits of literature that deal with that topic a little bit more in depth, but it's still really good fun, very well animated. Definitely one that had a very lasting impression on me. Loved it as a child, loved it now as an adult as well.